Hey guys, what's going on? It's Low Flow Nose back at you with another tech take. And today, man, we are taking a look at a pretty impressive camera that I've been testing over the past couple days. This is the Coolpo AI Huddle Desk Mate. This is a 2K AI powered smart focus desk webcam. Again, pretty impressive from my initial test that I'm going to share with you. As far as the features, it features AI tracking, zoom in and out, flip and show. I'll show you what that means very shortly. HD video, of course, well, 2K HD video, autofocus, and also 2 smartphones for clear audio pickup from its 2 built-in microphones. Let's see what you get inside of the box. All right, first you're going to get your, of course, you'll see your Coolpo Desk Mate webcam right here. Feels good, feels solid, got some really good weight. This is not a cheap, let me be very, very clear. This is not a cheap webcam. This is by far, from my test, a very high quality webcam. As far as the features, if you got a privacy blocker right here, just close for it to block, open for it to show. You have here's your 2 microphones right here on the side. You have a status light right here on the side. You have your zoom in button where you can actually manually set your frame by zooming into the side. I'll show you what that looks like. You have your autofocus or your AI tracking button right here. Just press it once. It'll track and focus on you, normally the subject in the middle. You have your base here where you can articulate, open up here to actually flush this on the side of a laptop or the back of your monitor. They're also rubber as well, so it actually holds some grip as well, and you actually articulate any way you want. This is when it says when it said the flip and show. You can either have this on a tripod, or your computer, or your monitor. You can actually flip and bring it to the bottom, so it actually shows what's happening down on the bottom as well. So if you're drawing something, showing something, or if you just want to show something besides your face, you want to bring it down to the desktop, you can do it with that as well. And of course, for tripod support as well. Also inside of the box, you do get a USB-A to USB-C cable as well, which is actually pretty long as well. So if for some reason you need to snake this behind your desktop, you got a pretty generously long cord as well. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this into my laptop so I can show you. We can actually get this demonstration going on. Now, before we get on, let me say this right now. Remember to take off the plastic cover that comes on the lens of your webcam. I forgot to do that on my first test, and I thought this image was pretty soft. As soon as I was like, oh, I should probably take that off. I took it off. Whoa! I just realized how sharp this webcam was. So that was a user error on my part. All right, so let me get this tripod here that we're gonna use for our test of our webcam. Now, before you get started, make sure you go to the Coolpo website to download the Coolpo tool software for your camera. It's going to be a whole bunch of different features such as autofocus, adjusting saturation, exposure, HDR, tons of features. I'll show you later on in the video, but make sure you download that so you can actually unlock the full capability of your camera. First, you'll see that it has a very extremely wide field of view. So yeah, this is going to capture a lot, what actually makes it really convenient for the actual look down view. So because the camera's so wide, and I'll go ahead and I'll just point this down, you can now see it's now on my desktop. So if I want to show you something here, if I want to do an unboxing, it works just like that. Super convenient. Now you may be asking, well, that's really cool, but the orientation is kind of off and it's probably going to confuse me. Well, that's not a problem. Just hold the auto tracking button on the side, hold that for a couple of seconds, and then it'll reorientate it the other way. So now it's easier for you to see and track and compare for yourself, so you're not confusing yourself. And to take it off, we'll just hold it down again. And there we go. Yeah. You know, I've dealt with webcams before in the past that actually did some kind of articulation either to the left or to the right, but actually pointing down and giving you this kind of versatility and usability and flexibility and all the T's. It's actually pretty cool that I actually do this with this webcam. So yeah, whatever you want this pointing down and however you want to use it, it's up to you, but you do have the option and flexibility to actually do that as well. All right, so let me talk a little more about the image in the picture. Again, I'm just impressed on how sharp and vibrant and colorful this image is at the same time. I also got to give you a low light test as well, which we'll actually do right now. Let's do a real quick low light of this. So I'm going to turn off one light. All right, let's turn off my main light. All right, and again, it's still looking good. Of course, it kind of brings up the gain so you have a clear picture, but it doesn't look noisy. It doesn't look ugly. It's not getting muddy like a lot of webcams specifically do in low light. Let me turn off this light back here in the back. And yeah, look at that, man. Oh man. Yeah, it still looks super impressive. Look, it's super dark here, but this is doing a great job of actually picking it up without it looking like a noisy, muddy mess. Yeah, I gotta give up to the Coolpo. All right, let me bring the lights back on one by one. There we go. It'll focus in. Of course, you can see the autofocus working at the same time. All right, it's gonna, there we go. The exposure will settle itself in. Boom. Now, when it comes to image and lighting, let's see what the software can do with this webcam. Now, as you can see in the background here in this image, you can see how the background is completely blown out because the light source is behind me. You can definitely see how you can't see the tree in the background because the blown outness is just kind of overtaking the tree. Well, if I go to high dynamic range, we'll utilize the high dynamic range capability of the webcam, and we'll see how it brings everything back into view again. And of course, you can tell that by seeing the tree in the background, how the detail comes back and the background is no longer crazy blown out like it was before. Now, additionally, you can also have a auto exposure for the face. For example, if we go into a very dark area, as you can see here, we can use the face auto exposure, will actually bring the exposure back up into my face. So we'll go ahead, we'll click it in, and you can see right now it's overexposed because it's trying to overcompensate. When we press it, it'll put the proper exposure on my face just like that. Now, if you want to, you can see how the monitor is also completely overexposed. You can't see anything on the monitor because it's just one big bright light. We'll go ahead back to high dynamic range and you can see how it actually brings the detail back in the image of the computer monitor. You definitely want to check this out or test it in your different scenarios to see what's best for you. But yeah, you definitely have these great features right there to take advantage of to get the best image for yourself. Yeah. So there you go. You've got a very wide field of view when it comes to this webcam. Stellar low light performance so far from my test. As you can see, let's go to the zoom in features that are actually on the side of this webcam. So I'm going to press a little plus button and you'll see manually we go from 1.5 to 2.0 and then we go back out again. Now at 2.0, I can actually press the, no, actually let me go back to 1. The wide angle. And now I'm going to press the AI tracking, which it'll just track me. So watch, as I press this, it'll start tracking and focusing on me very slowly. Now remember, this is a digital tracking, meaning that the actual optics, it's not moving itself. It's taking the wide image and it's just readjusting or panning, cropping from that image to track me. So if I move over to the right, it's going to stay within that same field of view, but it's just going to move over to me. You can kind of still see how I'm at the edge of the view. So it's a digital tracking. And then move over to this way and it'll track me as well. Again, it's super convenient, you know, especially if you got to move all over the place. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn the tracking off. We'll go back to auto frame off and regular. So yeah, so the tracking works that like that. Now, my final test, let's check out the microphone. Again, for my test, the microphone was pretty decent. Again, it's a web microphone. It does a pretty good job of reducing the noise background. Is it the best microphone? No, you're asking a lot from a webcam to actually be a pretty impressive microphone, but it does the job pretty well. And I got no complaints as far as the quality of a webcam microphone is concerned. Okay, so my overall thoughts on this Coolpo 2K AI tracking webcam. Number one, I think it's a sturdy build. This is not a cheap webcam at all. It's solid. It's got some weight. It doesn't feel light. And of course, a little security enhancer is always awesome as well. Fantastic low light and colors. I mean, man, it really surprised me that when I turn off all the lights, I still got a great impressive image from this webcam. And also the 2K image, it kept it sharp as well. I mean, just look at the detail. I mean, I'm insane. It's showing my wrinkles. Yeah, I know, but I guess that's the detail, right? And of course, last, the two built-in microphones into the webcam so it can reduce a lot of outward noises so it can just focus on your voice. It all handled it pretty good. Again, they're still webcam microphones, but again, very impressive as an entire package, very impressive to begin with. And of course, well, facing it down to the ground so you can actually see, or if you want to show what you're looking at. Can I go look up? Yeah, can even look up. Look at that. So there you go. All right, so those are my thoughts on the Coolpo Mate webcam. Really hope this video helped you out. Take care. Enjoy. As always, I'll leave links in the description down below. Hey guys, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Hit that like button so you don't, well, if you like what's going on here, and also ding that notification so you can be notified for future videos as well. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.
What?